Hello, go back to being in Nothingness. Alright, we're back on Chloe's Island. It is time for the 4-bean puzzles. Good stuff so far. Except, of course, not Tempestuous Square. I went to Tempestuous Square to copy a solution that I had. I also made it better, obviously. But yeah, this one I still can't solve. I still have no idea to solve it. I'm giving up on it. It's time to do the 4-bean puzzles. So the 4-beans are all clustered down here, plus one more up here. So let's do the ones at the bottom first, starting with In Plain Sight. Okay, a lot of color sensors. Okay. So these two are being held by a white bean. Okay. This is being held by... this is being controlled by a switch here, which is a roller. Okay. Sure. Okay, so like there's a cloud here, which once it shoots at this bean here, opens this door. Okay. This is being held by... this is being controlled by all of these color switches. And this is being controlled by this color switch. Okay. Okay. A lot of stuff going on here. Okay, I can play around with these guys. I need a white bean here. So it seems like the goal here is to destroy one of these clouds and put it down here. Maybe along with the second bean to disguise its recipe so it doesn't get shot by the second cloud. So that's why I have this one bomb, but the problem is that that bomb's bean cannot exist here, otherwise the cloud shoots here and this closes. Okay, I have a roller. I have 2 buckets. There are more beans here, interestingly enough, but I do know that by the coloring order, let's just do this really quick to demonstrate. Bucket starts by picking up red first, and they will then pick up yellow. Don't do that. So it picks up yellow, and then, and that closes. It actually closes on the same step as you move here, which is actually like a really, really short wire, considering how many steps are in between this and this. It's a really short wire. A really long wire, but a very short transmission time, I guess. Yeah, anyway, that basically cannot happen. So that's the problem. The bucket will not carry out the other beans in the correct order. If it did, I could just put, I don't know, a bucket here and push upwards, and then we'll be done. But yeah. Okay, well, I suppose, why don't we do it vertically? We could have a bucket move things vertically. Okay, lots of beans in here. Is this a problem? Oh, yes, it kind of is. I can't grab it right now. And I feel like I see the issue here is that this bucket's gonna be in the way. And it always is, because it's always gonna be the last thing that's left here. So when the yellow bean comes down, the blue bean becomes a bucket. And then you can't actually fit a bomb here anymore. Oh, I'm holding on to some beans. Yeah. I guess I can stand here and block the way, I guess. That's interesting. Okay, wait. So during this time, it would not have been possible to block here, right? Your line of sight here. Unlikely. So like, technically this very long chain of actions work. So this gets rid of this cloud. Well, obviously this cloud seeing it will reform the cloud. So we must block the line of sight. I think it's possible. Okay. Can I leave you holding on to not the yellow bean, I don't know, a blue bean, for example? You're gonna hold on to the yellow bean soon, but I think this is an infinite loop that doesn't change anything. Yeah. Okay. I want to create a line of sight blocker. So how about we put a roller there? You can spawn because it's not tiled. Could I stop it here? Maybe not. It can't be a bucket because you just shoot across a bucket. Although, what about a bucket that is holding on to something? Well, then that will just be shot into a roller, of course. Okay. Feels like we need. It feels like this feels very similar to the puzzle that I couldn't solve. In that, the thing I'm looking for now seems to be a very big pile of beans somewhere, which clearly isn't possible. Okay. Well. Or what? I mean, I could be the one blocking the line of sight, but it doesn't really work. I can't put beans here myself. Although... I can put a bean here, but I can't put more than one because I don't have access to more. I need to shoot you first so that you can open this for me. But in that case, you basically shoot this into a real thing already. I can't obscure this recipe with more beans. And in this state, there's no way, basically. Not true. There might be a way to obscure recipes. Okay, so how about... we have... the thing is that there's no space to push down here. I could technically do this, but the problem is that I can't stand on this square to obscure recipes. And I can't put the bucket here or here, because I can't push it down if it were a bucket. I can't bring the bucket up because I get shot. So, looks like a lot of the ways out are actually just straight up blocked. If I did this, I mean, it's a very easy way to create a roller there. And that roller will block line of sight for a while. The issue is I can't get past this anymore. There's no way to lure it out. I'll just shove you. Here. Anyway, yeah, so like this is basically what's supposed to happen. I get the white bean for free. Well, not for free, but you know. Actually. Okay, this works. Oh, wait, hold on, what? Okay, we might have made a mistake here. Okay, I can't really get this white bean either. This bucket's in the way. Maybe this is a bit better. I think that the time at which I push the bucket is not very good. This makes a bit more sense. I think. Yeah. Because now I can do this and do that. No, I need a bucket in between, yes. They bounce off each other. Okay. This will let me grab the bean. Obviously this doesn't work because now I get stuck. Oh, that's another one there. Okay. A lot of weird shuffling occurring there. Seems possible to get it out though, but the bigger issue is now that I can't leave the area. Yeah, so it seems like the idea is that I need to actually have a pile of beans here to block this cloud. That's about it. I suppose the cool thing is, actually... Is there a cool thing about this? There isn't really. Yeah, there really isn't. I have what, a total of 4 buckets to use. Technically, I think 2 of them will get stuck here. Definitely 2 will get stuck here, I think. 2 buckets, 2 rollers to get this out. I don't really know how to do this though. Yeah, the issue is that I can survive if a roller were here moving up and down. I can lure it up and down and still survive by walking through this specific space. Although maybe not. Once it lures back down, I feel like there's no real way to survive once it stays here. Okay. Not sure. I feel like the idea may be to eventually have this actually happen. But that also feels kind of weird, because... Okay, if the yellow bean is here... at all, this already gets activated. I can't hold it down with anything. Even my own body, because I have to leave at some point. The idea is that even after the yellow bean is here, you still have to get rid of a cloud and then transport that bean over, which probably can't be done automatically. You have to actually move it yourself, I think, in some capacity. So what that means basically is that yeah, that basically means that you can't have a yellow bean here. That's what all these yellow sensors are for. Okay. I can't have a roller be here. I can't have a roller exist to act as a blocker. Again, it probably has to be a stack of beans. Is that true? I'm not sure if it has to be a stack of beans or not. It doesn't seem like it has to be a stack of beans. But I don't see any other way to actually block the cloud's line of sight. The other option is to not block the cloud's line of sight. But at that point, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, if not block. There are a stack of beans that can exist. Again, I can pick out, I think, 2 blue beans and 1 red bean out of here. Something like this. I mean, I guess technically... Yeah, technically I can bring another red bean, another blue bean out of here. But then you create this nonsense and then all of this it goes wrong. So, yeah, maybe? I don't know. This feels like the best I can do so far. Not sure though. So the idea is that in some way or another I need to create a blockage, but I have no idea how. The problem is that the bucket can't be pushed upwards, except through this column. I feel like that's important in some way. But it's not really. We also have clouds shooting from both directions. Which is bad. Yeah, it doesn't work. Is there another way out of here? I'm not sure there's another way out of here. I mean, I can also shoot this, but the effect is basically the exact same. There's no way to block right now. I mean, I can block like this, I guess. It doesn't get me anywhere. I can also block like this, but once again, this roller doesn't get me anywhere. I'm not sure there's any way to block that roller. I don't think there's a way to stop the roller there. Anyway, this doesn't work. Because I just cannot escape. And I don't think there's a way to block the roller to escape. There might be. I don't think there is. Do I really have to shoot this to open this? I think I have to. But I feel like the reason that doesn't happen immediately is interesting. There must be some sort of maybe preparation going on before I shoot. Or I can shoot one of these and leave the other unshot. In particular, this one has to be shot first, definitely. But is there a way to then block you from getting shot, maybe? I feel like if that's the case, then the bomb isn't even required. But that clearly can't be it. Doesn't change anything, yeah. There are like not a lot of ways to go here. Also not entirely sure why there are two doors for this. I suppose it could possibly be so that the cloud doesn't shoot it and like only allow you one turn, and you have to have it be like a legitimate white bean for a long period of time. I guess, I don't know. I'm kind of clueless here already. And you just shoot that. There's like literally no way to block you, I don't think. I wonder, I can bring beans out like that. I wonder if this is ever useful in any capacity. Why it's not? There's no real way this is useful because I can basically get the same effect by pushing a bucket vertically. A horizontally moving bucket isn't gonna do anything, I don't think. And like... okay, here's an interesting question. Can two buckets automatically obscure... can two buckets automatically do some obscuring? Let's see. Okay, I feel like what I'm gonna need is two buckets first. I will push them together. And what they'll do is that combined, they should be able to maybe obscure a bean like that and just never get it be actually shot. I think that works. Wow, okay. So this should provide some level of blockage. A very short amount of blockage. I think here I can be safe from this cloud for about 2 turns. Then on this turn I'll get shot if I'm holding something here. But I think that's great. I'll need the bean here, of course. Actually, maybe not. But I think that's a good idea. To start, I'm gonna just push this in. So I'll need the 2 buckets, not the 2 rollers. I'll grab the roller. I'll grab this one. No, not good. I need it to, I think, hold the red recipe in there. Yeah, and this should keep it stable. Okay. So like this, hold on, I'll let it grab the red bean now. Okay, so that's our temporary blocker. Now, how do I continue this? Well, we know that our problem is that, I mean, is this a problem? Actually, no, it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the red bean here. Let's leave the yellow bean there. Okay. Here. How about this sort of move? Okay. I kind of like that. Okay, the question now is, do you think I can actually grab this bean? I have to time it. Oh, yeah, I definitely have to time it. Okay. So I don't know how to time this. I can't figure this out. I can do this to like block over and over again. I can this is basically the point where I can start timing things, I think. So let's see how many turns off we are. Let's try this, you know, just cause. Okay, so the idea is that you will drop the bean there, I will obscure here. Okay, that doesn't work. That is, I need to wait for 2 turns. Okay. So after this point, I think this is where I stopped. I should actually mark the bookmark here as my starting point. I wait for 2 turns and then I do whatever I did, which is let go. No, not let go. I can do this, I guess. I feel like the timing is bad here. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, no, the bucket carries it away and it's gone. Surprisingly, though, the cloud doesn't shoot it, probably because the bucket just picked it up. Unfortunately, that means I'm slow, because if the bucket wasn't there, you just get shot immediately. Is there a reason this red bean could be useful? Could I just bring the red bean out and, like, further extend? Nope. This doesn't work, no. You just get, yeah, okay, this is not gonna work either. I feel like I need to stay here. I need to stay here all the time. But this will eventually destroy that. Oh, okay, that bucket is not gonna do things, right? Yeah, so I'm not blocking here. Hmm. That's a roller. That's just so much to this. I don't really understand the timing about. I feel like I'm somewhat close though. Am I not? I feel like I'm close at the very least. Hmm. Does a second bean added to this change anything? Right. No, not really. If anything, you leave a red bean behind here, which is bad. Right? I think that the main issue is that like I can't get a very similar thing. I want to get a similar thing to happen here. This sort of like 2-bucket shuffle. The problem is that a 2-bucket shuffle doesn't really exist. Here they just bounce off each other. They don't move together. I feel like if they move together it would be nice, but it requires both buckets to be stationary first. And then for me to push them at the same time, which, well, I mean in this case just doesn't work. Right? Oh, okay. Yep, no. Here I have to wait here. There's another red bean. I think the red bean could be interesting. But then again, yeah, I don't think so. So we did this. This timing was bad, I remember. I can always just wait here. Actually, this is a better time to like time things, I think. This is a better moment to time things. It's a lot closer to the actual action. So I don't know, let's say I do it here, I guess. Yeah, it gets blocked, okay. Okay. Let's say I do it here, maybe? So yeah, it just gets shot again if this bucket isn't there. And I can't stand here because I get destroyed. So let's say I stood here, maybe. Okay, that's something. So now can I grab now? No. Can I wait and then grab? Yes, yes. Okay, perfect. No. Oh, in fact, this has to be like... Ah, okay. So now... I can perhaps actually start the... I can actually perhaps make this work. Where though? I feel like the idea is that... No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something weird like that, I guess. No, they bounce into each other. That's not very nice. How about now? That's fine. Okay, okay. Yeah, no, the bucket blocks my line of sight. Sure. How did we get here? I don't know. I think my solving idea was decently good. I had all the ideas, so I will accept it. Yeah, then my final idea to disrupt these buckets and then put an actual roller here to actually block the line of sight permanently was the last idea I had. I obviously didn't say that for real, but you know, it's a very logical continuation of the idea. But yeah, I like the discovery of the double shuffle. Obviously these buckets shuffling with each other in sync is something I also used, I think, in transmission. By the way, the transmission solution that I found was not intended. It is an alternate solution which basically uses the same idea, but the intended solution used a cycle of 6 instead of a cycle of 5. Or more accurately, a cycle of 12 instead of a cycle of 10. So yeah, that's it. Jeez, that was a puzzle, huh? I feel like I shouldn't be trying anymore, so I might just end the episode here. This entire puzzle was kind of just... I think it was on me, to be honest, that my thought process wasn't super clear about what I was trying to do. And there was a lot of like timing nonsense going on here. To be fully honest, there's very little timing required because the point at which you make your decision about the timing and the actual moment when it matters is not too far apart. You can actually calculate it if you really wanted to. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's unfair in that you need to do very intricate timing. You don't, you can just guess and check like I did. Alright, so that leaves us with a few more puzzles to go. That was actually not too bad. Not sure if that was intended. The fact that I left a red bean unused, well, I wouldn't say unused, it's actually there for purpose of obscuring recipes. But the fact that it didn't like have any other purpose than that makes me a little suspicious, but it's okay. That worked out very well. Alright, so a bunch more puzzles to do after this. We'll work on them. Oh, these are all vine puzzles, huh? Yeah, I see that this this island has quite a large number of vine puzzles. Vines are very versatile. Yeah, we'll work on this next time. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.